Okay.
So, here we have Durban Poison.
Should we start the interview though? Like we should shake hands and introduce ourselves.
Good job. Good job.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Emily. This is Andy.
Yes, and this is our first episode of the AZmmj710, and so Emily is my special guest here, and she's a YouTube personality. Emily, why don't you tell us about your YouTube channel?
Okay, I've got a channel where I make ASMR videos, and ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, which is basically just like a fancy way to say like a tingly, soothing response that you get in your head, down your neck, and in your shoulders and in your spine. And it just feels like tingly, or like someone's like massaging you or scratching you or something. And it is a response that people get from like audio or visual stimulus, like whispering or softly reading like a bedtime story. And that's basically what I use my channel for, is helping people relax and fall asleep.
That's wonderful.
So if you go on YouTube and you look up Emily ASMR, you'll find me.
Awesome. That's great. So how many videos have you done so far on that channel, approximately?
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but I would say around 65 or 70, and I just started it in March. So March, April, May, June, July, 4 months.
And how many followers do you have approximately?
About 7,000.
Wow. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. All the, not all, but a lot of the ASMR artists, which is what we call them in the community, people who make videos, people that I had followed like a year ago, I've already surpassed them in the amount of people that follow me. Like they have 5,000 followers or something. And I remember watching them a year ago before I even started my channel. Now I have more. So it's like a really cool feeling to
That's
be,
awesome.
Yeah, propelled a lot in that community.
That's great. And are there any shout outs that you want to give out to, like, are there any charities or any volunteer organizations or any other ASMR channels that you would like to promote at this time?
I guess I could promote some of my favorites, which are Maria, Gentle Whispering. She's pretty popular. Same with the Water Whispers, Ilsa. Both of them are my favorites. I don't have too many male ASMR artists that I follow, but I like black male ASMR. He's like from London or something, and he makes really creative videos as well.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. So, I have a concentrate that I got from a local dispensary here in the Queen Creek area, and I already videotaped a close-up of this. I will edit it into the video, and this strain is called Durban Poison, which is one of the strongest sativa strains there are, and it has a very uplifting high. It's not couch lock at all.
That's good.
And okay, so I got it from somebody who's not a sponsor yet, because they don't even know who I am. I just met them yesterday. It's called Health for Life Mesa East. It's located at 7343 South 89th Place in Mesa, Arizona. And that's off of Ellsworth and Germain, which is very close to Queen Creek, so that's perfect for me. I'm in the Queen Creek, Arizona area. The people are wonderful. It's a small place and knowledgeable staff, so I really enjoy it. Leafly.com describes this strain as follows. Sure. What do you think? What does it smell like to you?
It smells like wax.
It definitely has a smell, though.
I don't know if you guys can see.
Leafly.com describes this strain as follows. This subtropical sativa is named after the South African port city of Durban, where thousands of kilos of this dark, distinctive sativa are produced every year. Smokers everywhere know her to be a sativa like no other. She will shoot your head straight to the clouds and leave your body behind. Here's a brief review from a Leafly.com reviewer about Durban Poison. Anonymous says, exceptional, 5 out of 5 star rating. Just outstanding, my new favorite sativa, very uplifting and euphoric. Not a pain to be had after medicating 10 minutes ago. Unique smell and flavor, a great daytime med that will not lock you down. Enjoy. So that's Durban poison.
It does smell good. A little bit, yeah, kind of like pineapple-y or something.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
What does that smell like to you?
It smells kind of citrusy.
Yeah, something fruity in there.
Yeah, almost like a peach combined with the orange. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the orange.
Mm-hmm.
I still smell pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like tropical fruits.
All right. And did you bring something as well?
Oh. I just brought a little bit of weed.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Santa Cruz shredder, which is super good.
Santa Cruz, California?
Yeah, it's like the skate company.
Oh, yeah. My mom is best friends with the owner of that surfboard company.
Really?
Yeah, I went to his house one time many years ago when his kid was very small, and his dad made him this tiny mini skateboard. So he's twirling around on that.
All right, so
What strain do we have here? Whoop.
I put 2 strains in here. It's OG Kush mixed with blueberry.
Okay. Are those mainly indicas?
I think so.
Yeah, Kush.
I'm not super...
Kush is usually a hybrid between indica and sativa, usually a little bit more indica oriented.
Okay.
Which is very relaxing and good for pain. So great.
Sorry, my dress is...
And I'm sure everybody loves your dress.
Sorry, it was...
You look wonderful.
Getting caught under the wheel of this chair.
Oh.
I'm tucking it up now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, you know, we can smoke as much as we want or as little as we want.
I'm excited to try the Durban poison.
All right. Do you want to take a break first, or do you want to just get into it?
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, the cameras
Talk
are rolling.
is cheap. All right.
And will you do it for me?
Okay. Are you familiar with dabbing?
Yeah, but I don't like to hold the torch and heat it up and...
Go through the ritual?
Yeah.
I think of it as that. To me, that's part of the appeal of dabbing, is the ritual of dabbing. It's almost like a Japanese tea ceremony.
Because there's so much preparation and stuff that goes into it.
And to me, I prefer dabbing. That's why I called the channel AZmmj710, which 710 is oil upside down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of a code word for, it's like 420 is a code word for marijuana.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is a card for the dispensary that we got this stuff from.
And Emily is from Tucson, so Tucson represent.
Dirty tea. That's what we call it. Keep Tucson dirty.
And Queen Creek is a outskirting.
Do you want to dab first?
Okay. Just to show you, remind you how to do it.
Ooh, it's making some noises.
Yeah, that's just a little water. I haven't done any dabbing in a while because my card had expired. So I'm going to take it slow at first.
Okay.
And plus, I have this disease called pleurisy, which is an infection of your lungs. It's similar to pneumonia or something like that. I think there was already enough on there.
Oh.
By the way, you just need a little bit on there, unless you're a heavy duty,
I
iron
smoke
lungs.
frequently. So.
Really? Okay.
Will you torch it for me?
I will.
Thanks. I actually had a beautiful dab setup. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it was like a pipe and not a water pipe. It had beautiful blue glass and a glass blue dabber, but I gave it away for free.
Mm. Good job. Look at you. You totally kicked my ass. That was a big, healthy dab there. Good for you. You go, girl.
Thanks.
And you can put it down on this thing if you want. So, what do you think? What does it taste like to you? Does it have any kind of taste?
Taste. I don't know. I pretty much just taste my soda, honestly.
Okay. Your rum and Coke?
I'm so used to weed and not wax. I almost went to pull the bowl for a second.
Oh,
I was
don't do that.
I know. I stopped myself probably half a second before. I was like,
I did that
thank
one
goodness.
time. Burned the heck out of myself.
Out of muscle memory from doing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
I burned the heck out of myself. It was not a pleasant experience. I don't recommend it. Well, she's already smoking the end of the table, folks.
Wow, that's a big dab. Show them.
Can you see that? Is this like one of those GoPros where they go out of focus real easy, or with the iPhones is it better focus?
Let's see if we can brighten it up a little. There's so many shadows.
Yeah,
Do you have a standing? Do you have a lamp?
Yeah, I have. I do. I have more light.
Okay. Well, I'll just talk to you guys about weed. I don't dab that often ever since I gave away my dab setup. But I do smoke weed often. I have really bad anxiety. Yeah, and you could just pop it up here.
Okay.
Really bad social anxiety. And so when I smoke, I'm less anxious and less worried about doing normal things like meeting up with people or anything. That's better.
So tell us about your accent.
Oh my gosh. So I've got a really silly accent. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, but I've got a British Columbian accent, which I don't know if you know anything about Canada, but that's actually not above Michigan. British Columbia, BC is above Washington State because I spent a lot of time in high school with my best friend who moved away and went back to Washington, where her father worked as Border Patrol and where she went to school in Canada and stayed with her friend in Canada as, I don't know, she got some sort of visa, visiting visa or whatever, school visa. She was in a really bad car accident one day. She swerved to miss a deer and hit a tree going 65 is what their estimate was, and they estimated that she was unconscious for 15 minutes before somebody came along on this rural road and found her.
Wow.
So she was in a coma for 4 months. They didn't expect her to wake up, and when she awoke, she didn't have much memory of the previous 5 years, but we had been best friends all throughout those years, as well as a couple years beforehand. So basically she only remembered up until 7th or 8th grade, which is, we met at the beginning of 7th grade.
Whose turn is it? Is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn. You haven't gone yet.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
And, yeah, so I flew out there a lot throughout high school, and it just tore me apart. I fell into this depression, so I didn't really hang out with anybody when I was home in Tucson going to school. Only every couple of months when I would get flown out there did I spend any real time with anyone, and that was with Anna and with her Canadian friends trying to help her regain her memory, and it was working. The doctor suggested seeing familiar faces, so it was her classmates and I, because they had recently moved before this terribly tragic car accident. I don't know, it's just really sad, but so I've got this accent that's totally wonky, and it's a mixture of Midwest and Canadian and Southwest, and it really only starts to sound more Canadian when I'm not sober. So I've been drinking Bacardi, so rum. I've probably had about 3 shots, and then dabbing, and so I'm a bit cross-faded, so my accent's gonna come out a bit.
Wait till this kicks in. I tried a little bit yesterday, and I mean a very small amount.
Is it a creeper?
Yeah, it's a creeper, and then when it comes on strong. At least from what but you smoke a lot. So.
I definitely already feel it, though.
Yeah.
It's very, I would definitely agree with that guy, a euphoric high.
Yeah, it's talkative, it's social.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because, like you, I've tended to have social anxiety. Like since I moved all my friends are in California and my family are in California. And since I moved to Arizona, I love Arizona, but I don't really have many friends here. So maybe this sounds loserish or whatever, but I love sitting in my easy chair and watching movies on Netflix or iTunes or watching YouTube videos. Like, shout out to Getting Dug with High and the CCC 420 and The Guy That Could Fly and Token Daily. Those are all my favorite shows.
He watches them all the time. He's constantly talking about Getting Dug with High. That's actually similar to this channel, right? It was your inspiration for this?
Yes. Getting Dug with High, the CCC 420.
Don't do that, it'll scratch your little lenses.
Oh, I got several glasses. These are not prescription. They're just, Fry's supermarket magnifiers. Yeah. I think it's your turn.
It is.
If you want a bigger dab.
Would you like to torch it for me?
I'll torch it for you, but if you want a bigger dab than that, go.
No, I'm okay. I'm pretty high.
Okay.
Oh, this is nice. You can set that in there.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
So the subtitle to this show could be Getting Dug with Emily. Or Getting Emily with High.
It would have to be Getting Andy with High, featuring Emily.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, sorry. Little Miss Iron Lungs here. Good job. I'm impressed. Look at those. Look at that nice chest. Hi guys out in YouTube land. She's a lovely lady.
Thanks.
So what did you do today?
Oh, I've got a great story actually. Not just about today, but my best friend Heather and I, we actually have the same tattoo. This one right here. It's a best friend tattoo and she has it here. But anyways, she's going to be my roommate. We've been living together the past 2 months and we lived together when we lived in LA and we lived together before in Tucson. And so we already know we're good together. Like the same things. We have like we like it clean, So anyways, we're just good roommates and good, like she's my best friend, like my sister. So we've been looking for houses as our lease ends July 31st. And we found one, but it was slightly more expensive than what we thought we could afford, given the fact that I've been unable to find steady work. I make money from my YouTube channel, and that's really my main source of income right now is through advertisements or selling videos. So we weren't sure. That's not really steady, some weeks it's really good, some weeks it's nothing at all. So we were looking for a house, and it was slightly more expensive than we wanted, and there was one other girl looking for it. But our credit checks went through fine. She agreed to a lower monthly rent by $50,
Awesome.
Lower each month. And she said that we could split up paying, because she wanted first month's rent, last month's rent, and the security deposit, which were all the same amount up front before we moved in. And we were
That's
like,
a lot of money.
yeah, we were honest, and we were like, we just can't afford that. Is there some sort of payment plan we can do? So she agreed to set up a 4-month payment plan with us with only $10 interest each month. So we're only going to be
That's
paying
awesome.
$40 extra. Yeah. And so it's just going to be about $1,300 a month for the first 4 months.
Are you both going to be able to afford that, do you think?
We're going to make it. We're going to make it work.
All right. You're doing it by faith. You're stepping out in faith. All right.
Well, yeah, it's just something we both really want. And we've both had a really, really up and down past year and a half, 2 years.
A lot of bad luck.
Yeah, I had dated someone who went crazy and tried to kill me.
Wow. I didn't know
Had a
about that.
restraining order against them. Yeah, tried to live in LA, tried to live in Phoenix, tried to live in Tucson all on my own, and it sort of fell through for different reasons each time. She had ups and downs. She discovered her anxiety and depression and got on medication for that, so she's doing a lot better.
And maybe she could use a little of this.
Yeah, and she does. We both smoke together to ease our anxiety. But anyway, so we found a house and our credit checks went through and we were able to muster up $1,300.
Awesome.
And we got the house.
Yay!
It's got 2 bedrooms, one
perfect.
bathroom, a full kitchen. So it's got a dishwasher, oven, microwave, fridge, freezer, ice maker.
Women love their kitchens.
Yeah, well, I love to bake. I'm really good at baking both kinds.
Edibles?
That's a double entendre.
Yeah.
But so we've got that. We've also got a washer and dryer. We've got a big Arizona room as just like a massive extra room. It used to be a carport, but it was closed in and made into an additional room in the house.
Maybe you can grow your own
I
medicine.
used to grow weed. I used to grow White Widow actually, but that was when I was 18.
How much did you grow? Was it a lot or just
Oh,
one or
just
2 plants?
like 4 plants.
That's good. You can get some good buds.
One of them, half of it started to die though. So yeah.
Well,
that was after I gave up my. Yeah, that was after I gave up looking after them. And I let my friend be the sole caretaker because he was the only one that didn't have a job and just sat on his ass all day.
Yeah.
At the house because it wasn't even growing in my house. It was at someone else's house.
Oh, I need to light you up.
Thank you.
Come on, baby, light my fire. I'm an old guy, so sorry for the old song reference. That was the Doors.
But anyway, so we got a new house, and today we
Look at you. I'm very impressed. You know how to hit your medicine, girl.
Yeah, the longest that I've gone since I started smoking without smoking was 3 weeks. And I started smoking 7 or 6 years ago. So the longest I've gone for about 7 years without smoking is 3 weeks.
That's good. Well, my card ran out at one point, and I had just lost my job, so I couldn't afford. You know, you have to pay for the first doctor visit to present your medical condition in documentation. Then you have to go to a second doctor visit from the medical marijuana doctor to get your marijuana recommendation. And then you have to pay the state. And then you have to wait to receive your card. And when you receive the card, it's the expiration date, like the start date is like 1 week before you received your card. And they expect you to renew it on that same date or before. So you're losing a week, you know, and the whole cost is like $350 for everything, you know, all the legal documentation and all that. So, but on the other hand, $350 is a hell of a lot cheaper than lawyers and jail time and felonies on your record. So I shouldn't complain. I should enjoy it, you know. So I'm really thankful that we have a legal means to smoke our medicine here. So it's really great. I want to get one of those e-nails though, because I can lower the temperature, because it's very easy to raise the temperature so high that it burns your lungs. I can't do those heavy duty dabs like you. It's very citrusy. That's good and strong.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking Sierra Nevada India Pale Ale, just like you like it. I'm teasing you because
I don't
know
actually
you don't
like IPAs. Yeah.
I saw that on your video that you said that you don't like them, so that's why I was teasing you.
Oh yeah, I just did a beer tasting, so.
Uh-huh.
I'm drinking Bacardi and just regular Coke.
Mm-hmm. In the cute little bottles, the cute little original style bottles.
Glass bottles.
Mm-hmm.
They are very cute.
So this Durban is starting to hit me now.
Yeah, I'm getting high. I'm getting high.
Yeah, I'm baked. It's good and strong stuff. We don't have to finish it all tonight. But yeah, it's very enjoyable, and I'm getting really high. So, anything else we should add for this show for the introductory pilot episode? Let's look at our
other. Oh wait, this one.
Yeah, this one was the Durban poison one. Anything interesting?
I'm not working or going to school. I'm trying to find work. I almost found work at a really cool local thrift shop called Tucson Thrift, but I got a call 15 minutes before my scheduled interview saying that they hired the girl who interviewed right before I was scheduled to. So that was a massive bummer because I know if I would have interviewed, I would have gotten it. I was like made for that job.
Yeah.
How old was I the first time I got high? 16.
Where was that?
It was the night of my 16th birthday in
Wow.
an abandoned house. And
in what state?
In Tucson somewhere. So
have you been in Tucson pretty much all your life except for when you went to Vancouver and Washington area?
And when I lived in LA, and when I lived in Phoenix, and when I lived in Detroit. But definitely majority Tucson. Just different parts.
So where's your favorite place to live? If you had any choice where you would want to live, where would that be?
My old neighborhood, North LA. It was in a town called Tahunga, near Burbank, basically.
That's in the valley, basically? Or just outside the valley over by Pasadena? Yeah.
Yeah, it's right north of like Burbank. And it was just the most perfect weather all the time. You could grow almost anything. There were people in rocking chairs listening to vinyl records on their porch. Massive trees with shade, and there was a lake and mountains to climb and great bike trails, and we were 30 minutes from the beach and 30 minutes from LA, and
so it was a great location and a beautiful location.
Perfect, but we paid $1,300 a month basically to live in a closet. Like it was a 1-bedroom.
Welcome to California.
Yeah, and it was our whole house was smaller than this big room. I'm not joking. We had a backyard, but you don't like sleep in your backyard, so. Yeah.
Some people might. I've been watching these videos about tiny houses lately on YouTube. And, you know, like since the economy crashed and all that, some people are building these tiny houses. Almost like the gypsies in Europe would have their roaming trailers being pulled by horses, and they would travel all over the place and, you know, entertaining or doing whatever they do. And so there's this movement now in the United States and all over the world where people are building tiny houses. So you're not stuck with this 30-year mortgage hanging over your head that, you know, if you lose your job, you can lose your house. If you have a tiny house, it's very easy to pay it off pretty quickly. And my dream is to buy like an acre of land in the desert around here somewhere and put a good tall defensible fence, like a concrete fence around the perimeter, and then put people take shipping crates and convert them into houses. Like one crate is 8 by 20 feet. Excuse me. And then the bigger
8
crate.
8 by 20 inches?
Yards.
Yards.
Yeah, 8 yards by 20 yards or 8 feet by 20 feet. Basically, it's the kind.
That's massive.
Yeah, it's big enough where, you know, what they do is they put them on shipping trailers and then they take them to ships in China to ship all the stuff over here. So they're these big metal corrugated steel shipping crates, and they're designed to have tons laid on top of them. You can buy one of those for $2,000. So buy a piece of land. You can drop one of those on there, or even more than one of those if you wanted to. I saw in Israel, this guy put one over here, another one spread apart from it, and then he put like an awning over between the two. So he had like a carport area in between the two. And he set up like a shop where he can do all his man stuff in the garage, you know. And it's a really cool thing, you know, because it's for the 2 units, that's $2,000 each, that's $4,000. How much? This is a cheap house. I bought it for $90,000. Probably it's worth more than that now. But for $2,000, you could set up your own chic, your own, alternative style of housing. And so, and I would want to put solar panels on top of it, because you can never know if the grid is always going to last or not. Like in the last couple of days with the monsoons, the Phoenix area experienced several blackouts. I don't know if you were aware of that. Yeah. So on my stove over here in my kitchen, it says power failure because the power went out here about 3 days ago.
Oh, I see that, PF.
Yeah. So, you know, or if something ever happens with the government or whatever, I'm not trying to sound like an alarmist or anything like that, but, you know, it's nice to have your own power source. And then, but the only problem is in the desert, it's hard to find a water source. Like I've seen these survival shows on YouTube or Netflix, and this is like a SAS guy, which is the British equivalent of the Navy SEALs. And he took his wife out into the Arizona desert for 10 days, and she nearly died. She was going into, like shock from lack of water. You know, this guy's like a Navy SEAL, and he can't find water in the desert. What hope do I have? So I think it's very important to stockpile water, you know, not because I'm trying to be some kind of extremist wacko or anything like that, but you don't want to be caught without water in Arizona during the summertime. That's our public announcement. You know, like how does that thing go? The need to know or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, I'm high. So what do you think about the legalization of medical marijuana in Arizona? That's been happening for the last 3 years. I just realized I just renewed my medical marijuana card for the 3rd time, and that's once a year. So it's been over 3 years that medical marijuana has been legal in Arizona. Man, that flew by so quickly. I thought it was like 1 year.
I don't think it's affected too much, honestly. Like, I wish more states would legalize. I don't know.
And they will. They are. A lot of the states have it pending right now. I think like Massachusetts and Washington, D.C. has voted to decriminalize it or something like that, or allow medical marijuana. So if the capital of the whole country has approved marijuana, it's a given. It's going to happen. It is happening. So let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, did you already mention your other hobbies or talents? Like, do you do any music or art or anything? I noticed that
I do art. I draw and I paint and I write poetry. But it's all like very personal. I don't share it with anyone really.
But I could see that in you.
Thanks. I wish I was more talented at it, but it's just something I like to do, honestly.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I write songs and play guitar and sing and stuff like that, but, you know, I'm not Justin Bieber. Or whatever the hell the guy's name is. And I wouldn't want to be. So I'm not going to appeal to the mass audience. It is what it is. So we're just regular people who happen to have a little bit of talent. It would be nice if we could do something with that, like with a YouTube channel or something like that, maybe.
Oh yeah, I guess that's my other interest is my YouTube channel.
That's awesome. And you know, you can add that stuff, you know, if you ever decide to do a painting or a computer graphic thing or candles or whatever you like making, you could add that to your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And people would probably dig that.
Yeah, that's what Heather wants me to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Why not? Who's stopping you?
I'm going to paint a birdhouse on my channel soon.
Oh, cool. Are you going to... Stay tuned, everybody. It's like clips from upcoming events. So, yeah, that's cool. You got all these ideas. And it's what's so cool about YouTube is that just regular people can create their own little mini TV channel with an iPhone or two. And, you know, it's like anybody can be their own TV channel. And maybe nobody will watch it, and it's just therapeutic for yourself. Or maybe you can save it for your kids or something. But chances are there's going to be, out of the millions of people out there, there's going to be a certain amount of people that resonate with this kind of stuff that you're into. You know, like look at Miss, what is it, 4,000 or 40,000 or something like that?
No, 7,000.
Oh, okay. That's still a hell of a lot of people. So good for you, you know.
Thanks.
So regular people can do it, you know. So whatever you're into, folks, whatever your hobbies are, I suggest you think about it. You know, it's a lot of fun. This is my first show, so what do I know? But this lady here is a veteran at it.
No, I'm still very new, but thanks.
You're doing a great job. So, I don't have any other questions. Do you have anything else to add? All right. So that kind of wraps it up. And happy 420, happy AZmmj710 Arizona. Arizona, you represent. Good night. That's all I got to say.